Hey, good Wednesday morning, everybody. It's bright and sunny out here. If you're not out of bed, get out of bed, grab your coffee, and join us coffee chat times. How's everybody doing on Wednesday? We had a lot of rain yesterday. They say we're going to get rain today later on, but right now it looks nice out. It's really sunny and that. Almost when we get afternoon rains, that's kind of like our summer pattern, like the rainy season has begun. A little early this year from what it normally does. Good morning, Ron. How are you doing? Did you get rain yesterday up there? So we're expecting more rain this afternoon. But morning looks nice. Not windy or nothing out. So this morning they were out working on the power poles or telephone poles this morning. It looked like it might have been a phone cable. They put in that DSL. They use that for internet, but it's slow. DSL, I'm thinking you get around maybe 50. Right now we're at, I think, 200. Sometimes we go over 200 megabytes, but
sometimes under.
It just depends on time. You get those little tester things that check your internet speed, and one time it'll be fast, and another time it'll be slow. All good. No rain up that way. So
we had huge thunderclaps yesterday.
Oh, yesterday the lightning, the thunder was just. It was banging loud time. It was shaking the house. Abby, she gets a barking, and so we had tons of, we had a lot of, well, the rain wasn't tons, but we had rain, but we had a lot of lightning, tons of lightning on it. So that was yesterday. Hey, Google, good morning.
Hi, Lucky Dog. It is 8:01 a.m. Currently in DeLand it's 70 and partly cloudy. Today, there'll be thunderstorms with a forecasted high of 82 and a low of 70. Have a wonderful day.
Well, she said it's partly cloudy. I'm looking out right now and don't see a cloud in the sky. So, hey, Google, did you look outside? So, hey, Google, tell us a joke.
I wonder what those little cartoon birds see when they get knocked unconscious.
Boing. Talk about birds. We, in the spring, in our fireplace, the scrub jays, they want to make a nest. They've done that years ago, and I used to have a little screen top so they couldn't get down in there, and during the hurricane last year, it blew out, and so I just haven't felt like climbing all the way up on the roof to put it back on. I have it, but I'll hear birds up in the chimney, and I know what they're doing. They're wanting to build a nest. So what I've been doing is taking a little paper out there, and I'll light it, and they leave, and they'll leave like 2 or 3 days. They're gone. I don't want them to start to build a nest, and so again last night there I could hear them out there. They were in the top of the chimney and making noise and fluttering around, and I knew they were going to make a nest. And then once they lay eggs, then you can't move them for I don't know how long. So I've been every time I hear them in there, I just take a little bit of paper and start a little fire, and you hear them fluttering, and away they go. They leave, and so I've been battling the birds. So this gives us something fun to do. You can hear, I've had them before a long time ago come clear down the chimney, get clear into the fireplace thing, and the only way you can get them out is you try to catch them with a net or something and take them outside. One got loose in the house. I had to chase him around the house. Finally got him outside. So trying to avoid that. So the spring mating season with the birds is well underway, and so I'm trying to avoid there. They'll have to find someone else, somewhere else, to make their things. Hey, we was yesterday I was watching Roseanne. I like Roseanne, the news show. She tells the truth about the thing, and she has a bad knee, and she was looking for her pills, and she couldn't find her pills. Were all gone, trying to figure out where it was gone, and she was getting pills from other places, trying and taking it. And it showed her and Dan had an anniversary, and she was looked like she was drunk or something. She was acting weird, and here Dan discovered that she had been taking all these pills for her knee. And that's what they call them, I guess. Pain pills, opioids. Fancy name for pain pills, opioids. And the problem with it, and they go, oh, we have this opioid problem in our country. And the problem is too many damn doctors provide too many medications to people that they don't. It's only going to help a little bit, you know. Give them some pot. Let them smoke some pot, you know. Oh, Ron said he'll get his plane today. That's pretty cool. So that'll be fun to put that together, and maybe tomorrow and get a chance to fly it. Weather stays good. So yeah, there's too many. You know, there's solutions for everything. You know, I keep watching these stupid stories on TV, and they'll say we have a opioid epidemic in this country. No, we have a doctor given too many medications epidemic in this country. You remember yesterday I was talking about telling the truth? Well, again, I'm telling the truth. I found this little cartoon today. I suffer from that disorder where I speak the truth and it pisses people off. But yeah, I mean, I see this. I don't take any medicine, not one. I don't take any medicines. But you know, they're trying to figure out how to fix this, and I understand what happens. You know, you get our age where you're older and you have all these aches and pains, and you take a pain pill, and the pain pill helps relieve it a little bit, but after a while you get kind of used to it, and it doesn't do as good, and you take more and more until you try to reach that level of where your pain goes away. And after a while you're really taking way too much. This is how these stars kill themselves, you know. Prince, Elvis, you know, all those people take all these pains because they have a doctor that prescribes all this pain medicine, and they take more and more and more and more and more until finally they die, you know. And so we don't have a pain epidemic, we have a doctor epidemic. That's the problem. Tell the truth. You know. And another thing, in the story yesterday with Roseanne, she could have a surgery on her knee that was giving her all the pain, and they have insurance, but the deductible is so high they didn't have the money for the deductible to fix the problem. So they take drugs in order to cover the problem up. And so here's the problem with the healthcare industry. Quit going to the doctor for every little tiny thing that you think hurts, and then lower all these deductibles, and so people who need a surgery, needs actual care, can afford them. First time in my life have insurance. I never had insurance in my entire life, but now I'm 65, I got insurance, but I probably will never use it, because who could afford, you know, if you have a $20,000 surgery, which is cheap, you know, or say $100,000, and $20,000 of it goes for a deductible. I couldn't afford it, so I wouldn't have the surgery. You couldn't afford to do it. So what good is the insurance? None. It's no good at all. Ron says it won't come till late today, and I have no battery, so who knows when the battery will get here. It's FedEx. Yeah, FedEx used to be fast. Yeah, I know. What did I get last time? Well, actually, the last thing I got from FedEx came pretty fast.
That little thing that came in the big box.
Yeah, I had this little. I can't pull it out. I'm using it. I had this little adapter thing that it's just tiny. It could have put it in a little envelope, and it came FedEx in this huge box for this little thing about the size of my my little finger there, and it went in this box that was enormous. So it's
Our
crazy.
CBD oil came from Washington.
Yeah.
Via UPS.
Yeah, talk
Took
about
a week.
pain management. Our CBD took about a week from Washington. I've had stuff come from Washington over the weekend. I once ordered some stuff on a Friday afternoon, and I had it Monday. You know, so things can travel around, but they don't. I don't. This shipping stuff, and you know, a lot of that's people or these companies have gotten better at shipping on sometimes because they know you won't order from them unless you get it out. Because I'll order from the other guy because he gets it out, you know, and that's where really a lot of times when I'm you know, ordering something, it depends on who gets that out the quickest, and that's where I'll order from. So that's what I'm doing, you know. Yeah, your surgery was $300,000. 20% of that would be, what would 20% of that? $60,000 on it. Who could afford that? You know. And it's like, it's craziness. The healthcare is completely out of hand, you know, and it still hasn't gotten any better. The Obamacare was the biggest joke this country's ever seen, and so, anyways, that's the healthcare. You can go on about that stuff. That's a subject we can talk on Friday for every day.
Yep.
On it. So, yeah, and it's like insurance is pretty much worthless, you know. I've never had it, never used it, and I don't go to the doctor. I hope not to ever have to go to the doctor, you know. Never found no need for one. Talk about your worst car. What is the worst car you've ever owned? Talk about bad things. The worst car I ever owned was a 74 Mustang. There's a picture of one similar to it. I bought this new. It had... that thing wouldn't start. I mean, that thing would, if it was, I only paid $1,000. I wouldn't have $1,000 out of pocket. Wouldn't do me no good. I'd have to say, I can't do it. So anyways, this Mustang wouldn't start. And every time if it even rained, it wouldn't start. If it gets cold, it wouldn't start. Oh, I remember you had a blue Toyota. I remember that. It was a piece of junk. And that's the way this Mustang was. The transmission went out of it. It twice went out, and it's still under warranty. Ford Motor Company refused to fix it again because it was a piece of junk, you know. And I even called Ford Motor Company. I talked to the vice president, and I had some choice words for him, which he didn't enjoy. And they never did nothing about it. That car had just a hair over 12,000 miles on it, and it was junked, you know, brand new car. That was the worst car I've ever owned. There's several. I got some of these pictures of some of these cars here that that were pieces of junk on it. You know, there's Sue said she had a 74 Gold Duster. It would stall out driving and would not restart. Yeah, I think cars are a little better today. They still have problems with them. Yes, your Mustang was junk. Yeah, it was. That thing was terrible. It sat in my driveway. I was still paying on it. I had payments. Couldn't drive it, and I sat in the driveway for like 3 or 4 years, and I bought an old 65 Mustang. Thing ran red, little 6-cylinder, and that's how I got by. You know, I had to keep the thing because I owed on it. I had to keep insurance on this dumb thing because you had a loan, and so I'm paying insurance, and I can't drive it. You know, it was crazy. That's just. You get a lemon sometimes. I guess they have lemon laws now. I don't know, you know, if they're any good or if they help anything out with the lemon laws nowadays. But, you know, we do the Roadtrek, and, of course, ours is a vintage one. It's a 2001. I watch these groups where people are buying the brand new ones, and they have so much trouble with the brand new ones. They're paying upwards of $150,000 for these campers, and they're just having trouble. I've heard people have had them in the shop for months and months and can't even use them, and they've put out, like I said, like $150,000 on these big campers, and you know, there they sat. They can't use it. It's crazy there. So that's why the older Roadtreks have become more sought after. They're more reliable than the newer ones are. They just have so many issues. And I know a lot of people talk because it's all the technology too. You know, they have all the solars and the batteries and all the good stuff that really doesn't work as good, you know, as it really could. So it's you know, they just, that sometimes you get junk, you know, that's what happens sometimes. Ours works pretty good, you know. New isn't always better. Sometimes something used is better than something brand new. Ours isn't shiny, it's got paint chips and you know, it's got some rust on it and stuff, but it's knock on wood, it seems pretty reliable. We've had pretty good luck with it. Haven't had any, we had a tire blowout, but that's kind of like tires is what do you call it, maintenance thing, you know. They're not gonna last so long, and then if you don't change them, I found that the hard way, you know, that you had to fan it. This is the Toyota new valves, timing gears, brakes, and it only had 20,000 miles on it, so it wasn't like it had a lot of miles. Nowadays, 20,000 miles, a car is just starting to get broke in, you know. Cars will, I do gotta say, cars seem to be more reliable today than they used to be. You know, they have all the computers and stuff. I believe it's more expensive to fix everything nowadays, but I do believe they're more reliable than they was, you know, back in the 70s and even 80s, you know. It's like, I don't know when the computer thing came in on cars, you know. I don't know when that started on it, but it seems like the computers have helped, but they can still cause problems on it. I seen a thing the other day where they were saying Orlando is one of the top visited cities in the country. This little thing I hear said it was 66 million people visited it last year.
72 million.
Was it 72 million? Is that
72 million is what they said.
That's what they said on the news. 72 million people visited Orlando last year.
They're all on I-4.
And they're all on I-4. This morning, by 6 o'clock, there was already 3 crashes on I-4. And so if you go from here to Orlando or here to the theme parks, you never know. It could take you hours to get there, besides all the idiots on the road. People lose their brains when they get on I-4. I don't know what it is. Well, people don't have any brains anyway, so... Ron says they are, but most manufacturers won't stand behind them. Yeah, that's the thing. Manufacturers don't stand behind their products like they should. You know, they should be jumping up to the back. There's all kinds of models. You can change models on it. So I was also looking here. The most international traveled city is New York City. Oh my God, I was there probably in the 70s. That is the worst damn place I've ever been in my life.
Everybody wants to come to New York City.
Everyone's...
See Statue of Liberty,
and that's a joke.
Times Square and the Empire State Building.
Yeah. It says 12.3 million international visitors to New York City.
Yeah, it's just international.
It's a #1 international city. Yeah, we went there. My sister and brother-in-law.
I think Orlando might be international, very international visited too.
Well, it does. I think I got a chart. Let me go on. It's down a little bit further. Where is that at? Orlando is the 6th most international place, with they say 5.8 million international visitors. I got a little chart here I was looking at. But yeah, New York City's like, I was there, like I said, sister and brother-in-law, so we went there back in the 80s, and that place was miserable. We mainly was trying to find the Empire State Building, which we never found, and we was trying to find the Statue of Liberty, which we did, which was a big disappointment. That thing's not that big, you know. You think the Statue of Liberty, being this huge thing, it sits tall because it's on this huge pedestal and stuff, but the thing's really not that big. That was a total disappointment. We were there just to get there. We went out, seen the Statue of Liberty, got out, and we left New York. We went down to New Jersey, ended up in Seashore Heights, New Jersey, which was a really beautiful boardwalk. I love that place. But yeah, New York, no. But yeah, Orlando, you can tell it's busy. I'll tell you what, you get over by Orlando, there's so much people, traffic over there, it's ridiculous, you know. It's and they're redoing I-4, trying to make it better. I don't think it will be any better, but it's such a mess that going down I-4, you're taking your life in your own hands. So I just avoid going over that direction at all costs. There is some ways to get over there, not get on I-4, but it takes you forever to get there, you know. And Ron said, this is tourist season, stay away from the beach. Yeah, Myrtle Beach gets really busy this time of year. Actually, Daytona doesn't. There's people over there, but in the summer months, the beach isn't that busy. It's the wintertime, but you know, this is Florida, so the events, you know, Bike Week, and when the race cars are in town for Daytona Speedway, and Spring Breakers, and those are the busy times here, where motels will go from $50 a night to $200 to $250 a night. But in summertime, you know, you can go beachside. There's people there. I mean, people. New Smyrna Beach is the one that's gotten busy. Everybody has discovered that from Orlando way, and they come over here, and they found out New Smyrna is the nice beach. And but now, you go over there sometimes on a hot day, it's just like traffic backed up. People going to the beach is gotten ready. Now that in the summertime will get busy. So that, because I said the locals, the Orlando people and stuff come over this way on it, found out it's much nicer than Daytona Beach. But now it's going to be kind of ruined because too many people, you know, too many people ruins everything. You know, I don't like to be around a lot of busy people. It's just, they're too rude nowadays. You know, the millennials have no consideration for people like the older people did. So anyways, this is Wednesday. Yeah, I hear the same thing, but it starts now, so your season's a little different than ours, but it's the same thing. So good. This Wednesday. Hey, if you watching this later on and you want to add a comment or something to talk about, you never do, but if you want to, you can. So see, I tell the truth. Nobody leaves comments, but I say that every day. And but if some rare chance that you'd want to leave a comment and join in on the conversation, leave it in the comment section afterwards. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and share it. Tell everybody. Join us. Join us for our morning coffee chat. It's fun. I talk about anything. I'm getting more and more where I don't poo-poo anything. I'll tell the truth or the way I see it. You don't have to see it the way I see it. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and so this gives me a chance to tell my opinion. You know, agree with it or not, that's okay. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Oh yeah, Ron said 350,000 are for their plane show. That's busy. I wish we had our plane show again. So again, I say if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Make it a good Wednesday. We'll see everybody again tomorrow morning. Have a good day.